Whoops. Well, I guess we're rolling now. Hi, welcome. I'm Chaotic Neutral Cosplay. This is my beautiful, beautiful... Oh, look how cute this face is!
Hi.
Hello. This is Perfection. Welcome to my favorite video of all time, which is the weirdest things I have been incorrectly called at conventions.
You get a lot. Sometimes I get some, but you get a lot.
Yeah, well, I started taking notes because I thought it'd be a fun thing for a video.
I don't know. It's like I don't take the mental notes of them, but like
I literally started writing them down because I wanted to make this video. So
correct Trigun
and other things. So we will have a Trigun section. I'm gonna put it at the end. You can skip there if you would like to. I wanted to put it at the end because it's my favorite. Like, Trigun's my thing right now, obviously, if you haven't noticed. Besides, I have the most Trigun things, so I was like, let's put this at the end. So before we get into this video, I do want to point out, like, we're not making fun of you guys if you go to a con and you accidentally call someone the wrong name. That happens. It's okay. It's just really funny, and it's okay to laugh about it because we've all done it at some point in time, right? If you don't know who somebody is cosplaying, that's okay. You can go up and go, hey,
ask them or,
who are you cosplaying? Because you look amazing.
I never mind answering that question, honestly.
Yeah, I'd rather have somebody come up to me and be like, hey, who are you cosplaying? Because you look amazing, you know? Because the cosplayer feels good about introducing you to a series, and then you don't feel as weird when you go, oh, are you so-and-so from X series? And they're like, oh, you know? Hopefully these stories will make you laugh. I wanted to start with my stories about Zuko because everybody loves Zuko. Who doesn't love
you get
my
called
Zuko? I get called lots of weird things as Zuko. Most commonly, I get called Azula.
Yeah, I know
Fire
that
Lord
one.
Ozai. The first time I wore him to this con I made him for, somebody comes up to me and goes, like, Zuko Azula crossover.
Oh.
And I was like, what? Yeah. I had this one guy come up to me, and he was so excited. And to his credit, he came up from the offside because the scar's on this side.
The scar's on the
scar's
wrong
on
side. No.
He came up on my offside, and he was so excited. And he was like, "Oh my gosh, your Azula looks amazing!" And by the time I turned and he actually saw the scar, he'd already said Azula. And I legitimately could not tell if this guy, like,
did he
just
realize his mistake?
said Azula and then realized, but then he had to commit to the bit because he already said it, or if he genuinely thought I was Azula.
It's Azula with a scar, right? I don't know.
Same con.
Yeah.
Somebody came up and was also really excited. They got a picture with me. I assumed they knew who I was because they were just like, oh, your Fire Nation stuff looks great. And then as they're walking away, they yell back at me. They're like, your Fire Lord Ozai rocks! And I'm like, I turn and I look at my friend Ray, because it was the con you were at. And I was like, do you think they knew that I was Zuko? And Ray was like, they did not.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like, I guess people think you look super regal in your Zuko.
Thank
fancy,
you.
And like, they just think, oh, like, you're the Fire Lord, and like, Ozai.
Fire Lord.
But it's so weird to me, because like, I actually forget Ozai's name, typically.
It's Mark Hamill.
I also forget Mark Hamill exists periodically.
What? What? Okay, that's it. Divorce.
Come on.
No
Bash
more.
with divorce. Bash with divorce. It's official.
Mark Hamill's a national treasure.
No, Nicolas
Hold on.
Cage.
We're gonna have a.
That's Nicolas Cage you're thinking about. National treasure.
Welcome back. We settled the debate. We didn't settle the debate. We decided that was for counseling later.
We'll find it later.
One of the other favorite things I've been called was we did a Fire Nation group. So it was me as Zuko and then our friend Heather doing Azula. And then you were doing May. So we had the three of the four Fire Nation kids, right? And we're wandering around a con, and this guy comes up and he started talking to us, and he got the names right. No, he called Azula Zuko, and we were kind of like, okay. We started walking away, and he calls after us, and he goes, yeah, your airbender group looks great.
Yeah, I remember. So I've forgotten most of these. I mean, okay, he could mean like from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
But I'm pretty sure he meant airbenders. So we all just kind of look at each other and we're like, how is your airbending going, brother? You bend the air.
I bend the air by breathing it into my lungs. I guess. I don't know. I mean...
Yes, I have rescinded firebending. There is no more. We're all just airbenders now.
Well, the Airbender Nation did actually need rebuilding after the season, after the first Airbender.
I mean, technically. I would like to do a throwback now.
Oh.
And I would like to tell my singular favorite story that I've gotten the wrong name at con, and it is way back when. I know you've heard this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
I need to tell you guys this entire story. It's very important to me. So, this was way back when. I think it was the year we met, actually.
20,
yeah.
Okay.
So I did a lot of Marvel and specifically Loki. I did a lot of Loki cosplays, and I love doing
Everyone
Loki.
knows
so,
Loki, right?
Yeah, right?
Like,
I hope y'all know Loki.
Yeah, like...
So this was my pride and joy. It's Loki from Ragnarok, and I made this costume.
It's super intense, yeah.
Yeah, because this was my, my costume. My boy, the dream thing. So, and then I also was doing, at this particular con, I had my dream cosplay group. So it was a whole Thor group. We had Loki, Thor, we had Hela, who's their half-sister. We had, who else did we have? Oh, we had Bruce Banner. We had Valkyrie. We had a Grandmaster.
Really cool.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. So
yeah.
we were, and everybody's so excited to see us because we had a whole little group. So we're walking around, and we, as you knew, we get hungry at the con. So we decide to actually feed ourselves like smart cosplayers.
We just disassociate and eat at the end. Never mind.
Like smart cosplayers. Smart cosplayers. We decided to go get food at this restaurant. And this con has been held at the same place for like 15 years, so this restaurant knows the cons happen. Yeah. So we're standing in line, and I get up to the front, and the cashiers are really excited, and they're specifically looking at me and talking about me, and they start asking me. They're like, "Oh, you're the Tom Hiddleston character."
I mean, they got that right.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're from like the Marvel movies and blah blah blah," and they just keep talking about how cool the movies are really cool and your costume looks great. So like, I assume that they are familiar with Thor and Loki and whatever. Loki? So I order and I give my name as one does as a cosplayer. I say I'm Loki. Because also at the time I was going by Loki. So I went around the corner to get my food.
He liked his character normal amount.
It's just a normal amount. You were really lucky that I didn't illegally name myself Vash. Just pointing that out. So that's normal, right? Anyway, so I go around the corner to get like to wait in the waiting area for the food, and I'm going to get like napkins and stuff, and I hear behind me, they did not call me Loki. They call out Logan.
Logan of the Avengers. I mean, Wolverine count as no, he's not an Avenger.
Just Logan of Asgard.
No,
and the entire restaurant like cracked up, and I think the poor dude calling the name felt really embarrassed because he kind of just shoved my order to the side and then ran back, and we were just like,
Logan.
So, but that's not the best part. So we're still dying. We get our food and we go out to like the seating area. We're like still dying over Logan of Asgard, right? This is Logan of Asgard.
I'm just picturing a weird Wolverine Loki crossover now, but that's me.
So we get out to the table and we're sitting there and we're still like, oh, Logan, huh? Logan of Asgard. Like, I'm burdened with glorious porpoise, Logan of Asgard, or whatever. Porpoise. And some, as always happens, as you can relate to as a cosplayer, when you sit down, someone comes up for a picture. So they specifically come up to our Hela cosplayer, and they're like, "Can I get your picture?" And she was super nice, and she was like, "Yeah, sure." And she gets up and puts her headpiece back on, and like does a couple photos for the dude, and he's standing there telling her how much he loves the character and how great her cosplay is. And then as he turns to walk away, he goes, "Yeah, your Helena's great." Helena. So we have Logan and Helena. So we all just immediately look at Thor and we're like, "You are now Tom of Asgard."
With an H.
With an H.
Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
So you have Logan and Helena and Tom. This is our undercover Asgardian group.
Oh, undercover Asgardians. I like that.
When we get banished to Earth, we go by Tom. Yeah. So it's my favorite
Secret
personal
Avengers.
story. Moving on, we're gonna go to my one of my more recent hyperfixations, which you may have followed me from, the Danmei.
Yeah. We've gotten a lot of random things as Danmei characters.
I really don't think we've gotten that many. At least very least, I could
remember
only
the one
recall
Komori
2 or 3.
where we were...
Did you want to tell that story? Because you remember that one?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it was just funny because it was the Untamed was out on Netflix.
It was like the first year the Untamed was out, so the books hadn't even been released yet. So,
Yeah.
Because we got into the Danmei era before it really got
But
big.
I believe the anime was...
The anime season 3 hadn't come out
Yeah,
yet.
but the anime was
The anime
airing,
was a thing,
and like it's weird
and
because
the
like
Untamed was out.
some people knew
Yeah.
what we were doing and some people didn't. I think like
Specifically, we were doing Songlan and Sao Sing Chen. Or sorry, you were doing Songlan and I was doing Sao Sing Chen from the Untamed.
yeah.
So
Are you
like,
gonna let me tell it, or do you?
no,
want to
I just
tell
wanted to explain who
it?
we were doing.
Well,
So-
anyways, but yeah. So, like you said, I was Songlan, and we did Untamed versions of the robes though.
So like the white ones for Sao Sing Chen and the bandage around the eye.
Yes.
And then you have the really pretty
And
gray robes.
specifically, I had the ones from his final scene, which I'm not going to spoil it, but
If
like,
you haven't seen it.
but I mean, because I wanted to do
Because we were gonna have a. Anyway, that's not important. But we were gonna have a Sui Young with us at a different con.
Yeah, but
to
we
jab
actually
the
found a
three
Zooyoung Young in a
Yeah,
way.
so
you
it was
saw.
very
Anyways,
good, but-
we had Untamed versions of the robes, which I mean, Songlan's dark grays, and then Xingchen is light grays, and then the eye bandage over his eyes. So we're obviously wandering around at a con, and CJ does not want to be blind. I am not very good at leading CJ around, to be fair, because
she's
like
left me behind when I'm wearing bandages,
especially
and
in the dealer's room. I'm very distracted.
yeah, she goes. Wait.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wear a child backpack with a leash. It's not so that I get lost; it's so I don't lose this one.
But no, like, so we're just kind of like, we get out of the dealers after looking in the dealers, and we're just in the main area, and someone...
And I've got my bandage like pushed up to my forehead so I can actually see.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get lost because
Well, yeah.
someone likes to leave me behind.
No, and like I said, yeah, so he has his bandage up above his eyes, because we were literally just in the dealer's room, and like, somebody comes and like, talks to us, and like, is really excited, and then they say, I love you, Lanjan and Wei Wuxan, because they mistook us for like, discount versions of Lanjan and Wei Ying.
Because of the bandage.
Because it's like the discount long clon headband, and like I'm just in dark or like gray black robes, so
And we didn't correct them because we looked at each other and we were like, yes.
But like it was funny. Discount Wangjian.
To back that up, I want to talk about the very first time we wore Untamed robes. So the very first time we wore Untamed stuff, you were doing Sichen and I was doing Jingun Yao, and we wore them to SummerCon. Do you remember this story?
Not
Okay.
Not distinctly.
So this was very early after the pandemic, one of the first couple cons we'd gone to, and the Untamed was unknown, especially out here. Nobody knew the Untamed.
Yeah.
So we're doing these really pretty robes, and we're walking around this dealer's hall, and we're standing. We stopped in a corner.
Yeah, we were away from like everyone.
We were kind of in a corner, and we kind of see this family go by, and the mom stops and like points like not shakes her daughter, but does the little like, oh, look, honey, look, and she points at us and she goes, it's Cinderella and Belle.
Disney Danmei confirmed. Actually, we could
And I
easily
was
do a
just
crossover
like-
with those robes. It's not like, because these light blues and then that's
I
yellow
mean,
robes.
I guess I can see how you got to that conclusion.
No,
'cause it is
I
yellow
can't.
and blue.
Like,
But
robes are not
also,
dresses.
that's not even. I have a hat. I have a very
Belle
distinctive hat.
historically had a hat. I don't know. I'm not blonde either.
No,
Like,
no, and we didn't have the hairstyles, and we were just like, "Hi, little child."
Yeah, like
Woo.
the child was
You don't
very...
correct a child. If a child comes up to you and is like, "Are you?" You're like, "Yes." Okay.
Yeah, because I don't personally want to be the person to be like, no.
To ruin that poor
And,
child's
like,
fantasy. Yeah.
And then they'll never ask anyone again anything.
Right. Don't do that. You know. Just be
Um,
like, "Yes, for the child I am." Yeah. Also, not necessarily in the line of Danmei, but in BL, more recently, we've been cosplaying from Onmyoji, which is
It's a
an
Netflix
anime.
series.
It's a Netflix series on anime. Sorry, wow.
It's an anime on Netflix.
Thank
that
you.
Just came out.
This is why I have her.
It's
So it is an anime. It's also a BL book series that was adapted into an anime. They also have several movies and a Chinese adaptation. Yeah. Anyway, I won't get on that because that's a whole hyperfixation that I will be on for the next hour and a half. Maybe I'll just do a video on that. But anyway, so we've been cosplaying from them, so kind of BL flavored. We've only done them once or twice at this point in time, but we already have been called some fun little things.
Okay, my favorite, can I just say my favorite from that is Hikaru no Go? Because I liked that series growing up, and you, like, Seimei
I have no idea what this series is. And this person, Seimei, the character I cosplay, has the hat and the white robes.
Can I just tell you, like, it's historical ghosts helping modern day children play Go. Historical ghosts are helping people with Go competitions, and you look like the main.
I hate this.
It's like, and I've actually forgotten most of the series, but you do look like the main ghost-ish
I can see it. She pulled up a picture and showed me. I can see it, but there are some very distinct differences.
So funny.
The person was specifically talking to me about this series that I know nothing about, and I was just doing the me too.
We were happy to see like older anime cosplay, and we're like, no, we're actually very new. This anime is super new. It came out in November 2023. You should watch it. But like,
so my favorite thing that we got called. Somebody stopped us, and then we were talking for a couple minutes, and then as they walk away, I love the ones that as they walk away.
Yeah.
They call back to us. I loved your Avatar cosplay, by the way.
Avatar.
We're like,
you mean?
Does they mean Zuko, or are they talking about?
I guess I'd be Earth Kingdom.
I guess so. I'm in white. What's that? I'm the Avatar. I am Avatar Kyoshi, but in white.
To be fair, there were a lot of people who stopped us who had no idea what we were doing, but at least like
we were kind of like,
yeah, we got Avatar and Hikaru no Go and Omioji, and it was just really funny. Like, I don't know. I appreciate also the old anime references, but...
So, going on from old anime, let's go to, like, old movies.
Okay.
Star Wars. So, for my Star Wars friends, So, I used to cosplay a lot of Star Wars stuff. I still have a couple of Mando kits that I wear occasionally. But I used to be involved with one of the costume clubs, the Mandalorian Costume Club, and I helped run the group that I was in my local state. So I've gotten some very random things because I used to cosplay this all the time, especially before The Mandalorian came out. Nobody knew what this was.
I love the people who think they're all Boba Fett.
Yeah, you either got called like a group of Boba Fetts or you got Power Rangers.
I love all the... You
got a lot of Power Rangers.
No, I'm a fan of the OG Power Rangers in general.
Nothing like Power Rangers.
No, you don't have bucket helmets and what?
Are you okay?
I'm okay. Please, if you did Power Rangers, please just go into a pose like this. Like everyone just be like, thanks. Like, sorry.
So, obviously, again, I help run this group, so one of the things I like to do is organize, like, yearly photo shoots. Mm-hmm. For some reason, I was like, it would be really cool to take a group of people in armor and go to the beach.
Oh, no. Did they all melt together?
It did. Actually, somebody left their helmet in the sun, and it turned into a melted pile of slag.
That's the worst.
I know, it was awful. The rest of us survived okay, and the pictures were worth the heat. It was amazing. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. So afterwards, like, we just decided to stay there and, like, barbecue and do, like, a little potluck thing. Because, like, the beach had little grill barbecue things, because that's a big thing in the Midwest. Mm-hmm. So we're sitting there, we're doing grilling. We're all kind of still in our armor, because we are, cosplayers. Just chilling. And this older lady kind of comes up to us. She goes, oh my god, you guys look so cool. And, like, I didn't want to interrupt you, but, like, blah, blah, blah. And she's just going on and on. She was very sweet about how cool we looked and everything. And, like, and then as she turns to leave,
of course, always
she's like, leave. Yeah, I just love Jousters.
I mean, close enough too. Armor, get it? Like, Jousters. Oh, that's, it's
and
like...
we all just kind of look at each other and we're like, Jousters. My lightsaber lance.
I mean, that could be a cruel crossover. I'm just saying. Lighted lances. I don't know. I forgot about that one. You did tell me that one.
My last Star Wars one was probably my favorite Star Wars tale.
Mm-hmm.
So, my dear friend was trying to date this girl. So every once in a while, he'd like just send us texts and be like, yeah, you know, I think I'm gonna ask her out today or whatever. And then he found out that she likes Star Wars. So he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna tell her all about the Mandos and blah blah blah, and she's gonna think it's really cool. We're gonna, you know, get together. It's gonna be great.
This one,
so the next time we see him, he's just kind of bummed, you know. And we're like, what happened, dude? Like, did she not actually like Star Wars? Like, what's going on? He's like, well, I don't think it's gonna work out because when I showed her a group picture of our Mandos, she goes, wow, what a great looking group of Jabba the Hutts.
I mean, I do forget characters' names too, but I try not to like.
But not Jabba the Hutt. You don't forget Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, that'd be a bad crossover. Jabba the Hutt and the Mando.
We wanted to for a long time. We joked about getting one of those inflatable, because you know the inflatable dinosaurs, they make Jabba the Hutt, and we thought we'd put a little helmet on it and just go around like
just make him
just be like it's a Hutt Mando, you know, just for shits and giggles, like right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Jabba the Hutts.
Yeah,
your Jabba the Hutt looks great.
No, like there's a bit of a difference between those two characters.
There's a little difference. Same scenes, different character.
Now since the show is out, like everyone knows what it is, but like
before the show came out,
we were like
people adrift in a sea of whatever it is, you know.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Alright, let's sit together. Power Rangers.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're
like lifting leg fighting pose. Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
I don't know.
So now we are finally on the part you've all been waiting for, the Trigon part. The weirdest Trigon things I have been called at a con. Oh no, the phone locked.
No.
So we're gonna start with my Wolfwood.
Me?
Me.
No, okay, CJ cosplay
I also
Wolfwood
cosplay
as well.
Wolfwood. I have the 98 version of Wolfwood. For the most part, people just call me
Especially
Wolfwood.
when I'm at 98 Vash.
They usually get it. They're like, oh, obviously here's a black and white
it's
character.
It's very funny
wearing
because
a
they
suit.
definitely
It's
notice
Wolfwood.
Vash first, and
They're
like,
oh, Vash
and Wolfwood.
You know, I feel like that's pretty common.
It's so funny to me.
But there was one con we did this year. No one knew I was Wolfwood. Specifically, there was one guy that came up and asked. He was also very excited
about Vash.
But he was excited for both of us.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh my god!" And he was kind of like waving at both of us. He said, "Can I get your picture?" And he goes, "Vash and Lockwood."
Lockwood.
And like he takes the picture and then he goes, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I called you
corrected
Lockwood."
himself at
And he's
least.
like, "You're Wolfwood. I do know it. I'm so sorry."
I mean, that's
like he corrected. It was great.
That's perfectly valid to do if you do make a mistake.
For the
which
rest
is good.
of the day, I was like, "I'm Lockwood. No wonder nobody knows who I am." Like, no, I'm Lockwood. I'm a random character who's a background character. I'm Wolfwood's stunt double. I'm Lockwood. This is Eric's and Lockwood. There we go.
Eric's. Yeah, those are our undercover names.
Speaking of Eric's.
Oh.
Drum roll. Okay, so one of my favorite ones happened this summer. I was in a Tri-Stamp, and there was this guy there who came up to us and he asked for a photo, and then he started talking to us and he's like, yeah, the new series looks so good and the animation and blah blah, and he was talking to us for a couple minutes about this, and then he drops Vincent because he thinks I'm Vincent Valentine.
Wait, I don't remember this one.
You don't remember that? And he looks me dead in the eye and he says, yeah.
He must have been like disassociating or something, or associating.
I'm like, at this point, we've had this conversation with this guy for like a couple minutes, and I'm just like, do I correct him because it's so awkward at this point?
And I was just like, Final Fantasy had a new remaster. Is he talking about like the new remaster of Final Fantasy?
Maybe he thought I was Vincent.
I don't know how that works.
They both wear red, and that's about it.
Everyone wearing red is now Vincent.
Like, I'm surprised I haven't actually gotten Edward Alaric yet. But
yeah, to be fair, at one con we were at, there was one person who, like, they were putting their coat on, and then they quickly tucked their Ed braid out from under their coat, and I'm like, oh, it's another Vash, and she's just like, that's Ed. And then it was just really funny because it was Ed. I was like, oh, you're right, they were braid roots. Okay.
Going on to my next one. I was in Trimax Vash, which is this wig, and somebody came up to me, and you were not there, it was me and Heather. And so we were standing there. They come up to me, and they were kind of excited. They come up to me and they go, "Are you Dr. Stone from the anime?"
In this wig?
Yeah, because the one character has the wig that looks like this, but is green. It's like the green and the white.
Oh.
Yeah, so I could see where they got it. And I was like,
I am not familiar with
and they
this
were
character.
like, oh. And they just did a 180 and left.
Me.
Same con.
Okay.
Same con.
Was I there for this one?
Tri-Stamp. No. You were not. It was also me and Heather.
What?
So I was in Tri-Stamp Vash. It was this one had to do, there's been a couple cons this year that have done like scavenger hunts, and Vash has been on the scavenger hunt.
Yeah.
And they've had little pictures of Vash, right? But they haven't labeled them. They just had like pictures of the characters and then names on the other side. So this was a mother. They came, obviously a mother. Like the whole like overworked mother vibe thing.
Yeah.
She obviously knew nothing about anime, so no fault to her. She comes up to me and she's got the scavenger page thing and she's looking at it and she's looking up to me and she does it like twice. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ask for like a photo for the scavenger hunt. But she lowers it and she goes, "Are you the Baldur's Gate guy?" Because she thought I was Asterion. Like, okay, granted, again, they didn't have the name, like, the pictures labeled, but I'm just like...
My mom also knows, like, absolutely nothing
I
about,
am
like,
on the scavenger hunt, but I'm not Astarian. I'm Vash.
Hopefully you helped her out very politely.
Yeah, I was very polite.
Okay, good.
But I was like... The Baldur's Gate guy, though, I love that's what she calls him.
Yeah, the
Baldur's Gate guy.
Yeah, we love that guy. He's great.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's fantastic.
You have more about
I do. This is my last Trigun one. I saved it for last because this happened at the most recent con we were at.
He blinks there, okay.
We were walking by a group of, I think they might have been a little bit inebriated. Like, probably good later 30s guys who... I don't know if they really cosplay or if they were just at the event because the event was happening, but one of them looks at me and he turns to his friends. I was in my undersuit with Trimax Fashion. He goes, "Look, it's Daddy Colonel Sanders."
What? Wait, okay.
And I turned to you and I was like, Sarah!
That's it. Okay, that one's the worst. That one's
Daddy Colonel Sanders, time to have a bucket and give out chicken, I guess. Or donuts, maybe.
Yes, Daddy Colonel Sanders. I mean, yeah, if anything, you'd be like, maybe Daddy Dunkin' Donuts.
Daddy Dunkin' Donuts.
Or something like
Does
that.
the Dunkin' Donuts have a mascot? Can I volunteer?
They didn't stop.
No,
they
didn't.
They just
didn't.
kept
but,
going.
Like,
and
I was like,
hopefully one of his friends corrected him.
Hopefully. To wrap up,
can we do the honorable mention?
Yes, my honorable mention.
We have an honorable mention.
This was not. I did not get called this, but my favorite thing that I have overheard at cons.
Yes.
So, this was at a Comic-Con, or it's not really a Comic-Con. It's more like a everything con.
Yeah.
I'm standing there and we're just kind of chatting, and this group of like, they were probably, you know, preteens or early teenage kids are coming out. And one of them sees somebody behind me and gets really, like, visually excited. Like, the whole, you know, they start, like, you know, patting their friends. And they're like, look. And they're, like, pointing behind me. And I'm like, you know, I'm very curious. And they go, it's a furry scarlet witch. And I'm like, what? So I turn around, like, do the casual, like, look over your shoulder, you know, and it's Catra.
It's a Catra. like it's just
from
a Catra.
She-Ra.
It's a Catra from She-Ra, but like furry Scarlet Witch also kind of works. Like I feel like that.
I see where you are coming from, but also I'm so glad you didn't go up to this person and be like, "Oh my God, you're furry Scarlet Witch."
Yeah, that one's my absolute favorite, like mistaken cosplay name.
So yeah.
Anyway.
To wrap up, thank you guys. If you've called us the wrong cosplay name, thank you for providing entertainment for our lives. And again, no shame. We've all done it. I know I've definitely been like, is that so-and-so? And other people have been like, no. So it happens. There's no shame in it. It makes us laugh. It's funny. It's okay. But if you don't know who somebody is, the safest thing to do is go up and ask them and be like, hey, who are you cosplaying because you look amazing?
Yeah.
You know? But if you've enjoyed this particular video, let me know. Maybe I'll do a part 2 later on. We'll see what we call in the next couple of cons. Yeah. But thank you guys for joining us today. I'm Chaotic Neutral Cosplay. This is the adorable Perfection. We will see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.
Bye. Chaotic Neutral Cosplay. This is.
Hi.
My terrifying girlfriend Perfection. Hello, beautiful. You're actually quite love. Okay, that's a safe spot. You like screeches? No, you probably can't feel that for the wake. Yeah, okay. So welcome. This is